The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate. Who do you trust when it comes to roofing? There's really one place in mind. Also, I have a wonderful farm to show you. You'll be blown away by this place. It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate.
Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
You Have Real Estate is proudly sponsored by Renewal by Andersen, your full-service window and door replacement company. Learn more at rbafla.com.
Welcome to You Have Real Estate, brought to you by my wonderful friends at Renewal by Andersen. I am your host, Justin Clark. A wonderful show ahead for you today, but first, the opening statement. I feel it. I told you last week, I feel a shift in this market. And look, when I say shift, I don't mean this is bad. I don't mean this is bad for buyers or sellers. I think sometimes a shift is good. And I say it can be good because I do not see a crash coming. But how do we deal with this shift? How do we prepare for this market shift that I feel and you're going to start feeling very soon? A great question, a question that we will answer by asking real questions. Every week in here on the program, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. And I stumbled a little bit there because I'm just absolutely blown away by both of your handsomeness. John Paten's here.
Thank you.
Marc Dominguez. How are you guys? Good to see you.
Excellent. Thank you.
I don't want you to agree with me. I don't have you here to agree with me. I have you here to really get your opinion as well. What do you feel about this market right now? I'll start with you, John.
I'd have to say the same thing. We're still way ahead of, from 4 or 5 years ago as far as the market is concerned. But yeah, it has slowed down quite a bit. Me personally, I've been getting a lot of phone calls lately from folks that are kind of feeling the pinch now, between inflation and increasing taxes and the cost of insurance. And they realize that in some cases they may have bit off a little bit more than they can chew.
Yeah. And Marc, you see it from two different perspectives. You run a title company, but you're also a real estate agent as well with LPT, one of my favorite people. What are you seeing?
I agree. My story is I'm a recent transplant within the last year from the Northeast, and coupling on the expenses, the rising expenses that everyone sees, but I think that's where the opportunity lies here in the great state of Florida, pro-business, and there's a lot of opportunity for people to purchase some really great houses at this point. I
think that's a great point, and I think there are two reasons why we're not going to see the crash like we saw starting in late 2007 through 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Two reasons that I see. Number one, we're not giving away bad loans, the Pulse and the Pen loans. We're not doing that anymore. There are no real bad loans out there, but also Florida is going through a rebirth. People like Marc coming from New York, people like John from Miami. We have so many people who are rediscovering Florida right now. Florida is going through a rebirth. Okay. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, I live in Ormond Beach in Volusia County, and you see construction everywhere. There are home builders building all around my subdivision. I live in a subdivision on a 2-acre lot, which is pretty typical in my community.
2 acres?
2 acres, yeah. And it's a community that it's very rare that you see for sale signs in. People buy there and they hold. And it's the same now. They're holding on, but they're building everywhere. The development's going on all over the place. Stevie Horton is building right around the block from me now. So yeah, that's stopping.
There's a lot of construction still for sure. So let's say, Marc, you're talking to a homeowner right now, right? And they've been thinking about selling their house for a while. They're like, wow, I'm kind of waiting on the market to keep going up, as it has been for the last 2.5, almost 3 years now. And now they're like, okay, I have to make a decision right now. I'm either going to sell it or I'm going to wait for a long time. What do you tell that seller right now? Tough question, I'm sorry.
You're right. You're putting me on the spot here.
Sorry, buddy.
But I always say, why not do today what you could do tomorrow? Mm. So make some decisions, get some great advice, get a team together, and put all your resources. So I like, now there's opportunities. There's all this growth. Do you want to really lose that opportunity and leave things on the table?
Yeah, and a lot of sellers too are like, okay, maybe the time is now to pull the trigger. And John, they talk to one of these iBuyers, I think we call them.
Right.
What do you tell someone who says, I'm going to sell to an iBuyer?
Oh, the iBuyers, it's like anything else. You have to read the fine print. You know, when you get to the closing table, a lot of times you'll look at the closing disclosure. If it's cash sale, of course, it's a HUD, and you may get a nasty surprise with a ton of junk fees and things you weren't expecting on there. So if you do get approached by an iBuyer, it's very important to get everything in writing and to know exactly what you're going to end up paying for at the end.
Yeah. And a lot of people maybe do need to get out of town. They're moving for jobs or something like that. They need to sell right away. You have a program designed for that person. Right,
exactly, I do. We buy properties a lot of different ways. We buy, obviously, with cash home buyer Florida, but we also do creative too. Sometimes people don't want necessarily to cash out. Mm-hmm. Some people want a payment. So I can arrange to buy the house on terms and give them cash that they can leave, move, do whatever they want with, and they can still control the property, and I can control it.
I'm hearing a lot of that.
Or a lease purchase. Sometimes I'll do a wrap mortgage. There's lots of things that I can do to achieve their goals. They might want a payment for the next 5 or 10 years.
Let's be honest with each other. So a lot of people right now are saying, I want to sell my house, I want to take advantage of that equity, but then I have to go buy something at the peak of the market as well with interest rates really high. What do? I think John is kind of crafting a solution for you where maybe you can stay in that house and rent for a couple years until the market shakes out.
Right.
And it's not the worst plan. I know a lot of people right now who are selling, taking advantage of their equity, and then even renting for a couple of years. And it's not the worst financial plan.
Right. At the end of the day, I look at every single situation differently. There's no cookie cutter solution. And to be honest with you, listing the property is not always the best choice. Mm-hmm. If you're having financial troubles, if you've gotten behind on a mortgage, and maybe you're 3 or 4 payments back, and now it's starting to become a problem, you don't want to wait and drag your feet. And that's the time to call me and let me present some solutions that might make more sense for you so that we can protect you and you can accomplish whatever that goal is, to get the property sold, to stay in it. It's all about solutions.
I agree totally. As soon as I'm done with this show, I'm actually heading to Oviedo to shoot our other show, Best of Central Florida, which brings me to a property on the market right now, Mark, in Oviedo. Tell me about Evening Sky Drive.
Yes, I'm partnered up with a great associate broker that has this listed for their client. I said part of my move here, I bought an end unit townhome that I absolutely love. And that's why I think this is a phenomenal opportunity for the right buyer. It's an end unit, it's large, it's spacious on the end next to the cul-de-sac, and some conservation. It's immaculate, well kept.
I love townhomes, I really do. Townhomes, you look at condos, townhomes, and single family residences. Townhomes sometimes can be a really great decision for people.
Yes, absolutely. It gave me the opportunity. It's less maintenance, less upkeep for the right person if you don't want to maintain a single-family home. So in a great community that's very family-friendly, this only has 50 homes. And
I love it. See this property right now, 407-205-0400. You want to suck some equity out of your home, John would be happy to talk to you as well. Same phone number. Great job, guys. Let's do this again very soon, okay?
Thank you, Justin.
Here's what we'll do, a very quick break. When we return, You Have Real Estate continues. Do you have allergies? Do your children have allergies? Well, at least you know in your home you are safe from allergies, right? No, you're not. The windows in your home can be giving allergies a major boost to your family, and this is very scary. Dan Brigman's here, Renewal by Anderson. You think when you're in your house, you're safe from all this outdoor stuff, but you're not.
You're absolutely right. You think so, but what we've learned is as the season gets warmer and these allergies start to come out, what also happens is our AC runs a lot more, right? When your AC runs, remember, there's a return in the house. It's sucking air from somewhere. If you have broken seals in your window, that pollen, those allergenic, anything can be pulled through there, and the more that AC is running, the more those allergies that are coming into your home, and therefore you're waking up stuffed up.
Get your windows checked out. QR code is on the screen right now. You talk about AC, though. When I hear my AC running, I immediately think my electricity bill. Oh, my gosh, it's that time of year where I have to pay a ton of money to my electricity bill. Windows, though, contribute to that bill as well. 100%.
It's time to put a stop to the high energy bills. You have to. And there's a lot of other reasons to make the investment, but that's one of the biggest ones. What will happen is when you replace these windows, which equate to about 25% of the square foot of your home, that's a lot of glass. That's one whole wall of the house. All of that sun beating in, and on even the chilly days, that heat that you have inside going out, that will reduce your energy bill somewhere between the neighborhood of 20 and 30%. In most cases, will reduce that payment enough to pay for the windows themselves.
I love it, Dan. Thank you. Great job as always. Do yourself a favor. Check out your windows today with Renewal by Andersen. Welcome back to the show. Thanks to our wonderful friends at Universal Roof and Contracting. They send Viv out on the road every single week. Where is she today? You're going to be blown away on this place. Well, wait till you see where Viv's at for Viv's in your neighborhood today.
I'm in Taintsville, Florida. Yes, I said that correctly. You probably think this was a village created by Dr. Seuss, but no, it's not like Whoville. Story goes that about 30 families inhabited the 700-acre area close to Old Chuliota Road, which is right behind me. The son of one of those families, Boyd Best, got tired of explaining to his friends that he lived on a road that doesn't have a name, but it's behind a large fire tower, basically nowhere. As he complained to his neighbor about the lack of a name, he uttered the following: "We tain't Chuliota, and we tain't in Oviedo either." That's how the community of Taintsville got its name, and its inhabitants have embraced it. Where else can you find a place in Seminole County that has a name because it wasn't part of two major towns? I'd say only in Florida. It took a while, but they have their own sign off of County Road 419. Today, the village is a rural island in the midst of suburbs, and the locals want to keep it that way. Can Taintsville survive encroaching Oviedo? Time will tell. If these owners have any say in it, Taintsville ain't going nowhere. I hope you're enjoying our community visits. And if you want more information on purchasing a home in Florida, call me, Vivian Lehman, at 407-205-0400.
Welcome back to the show. Yeah, we're in the middle of hurricane season. I know it's hurricane season because it's 125 degrees out there, it feels like. And when you think about hurricane season, I always think about the roof to my house, right? You want your roof to be prepared for hurricane season, but I've talked to a lot of people about, well, I'll just wait till the storm rolls through, then I'll deal with the roof. That seems kind of nonsensical to me for a lot of different reasons. Joined here with my good buddies Justin and Cory, Universal Roof and Contracting. You hear that sometimes. Well, I'll just wait till the storm rolls through, then I'll fix the roof. How good of a plan is that?
It's not a good one, and a lot of people want to see if the storm affects their house for insurance reasons and all that kind of stuff too. But we always say being proactive is way better than being reactive. Very much like going to the dentist or anything else.
I need to do that as well.
Yeah, if you know that your roof is old, and shoot, even if the roof is not terribly old, for us to come out and do an inspection cost you nothing. So there's a peace of mind involved, and we're going to be super honest. We give honest assessments of how the roof is looking, what looks like red flags, what kind of life is left on the roof, those kind of things. And if we get up and we see compromises or we see areas where a storm could really cause internal damage to your house, we're certainly going to put a game plan together, to figure out how to stop that from happening.
Yeah, you're ahead of the game already by calling these guys, because you said when we get up on the roof. A lot of places do not get on the roof. In fact, they just take an aerial photo and send you a quote, which is a horrible way to do business. But not only is your team getting up on the roof, we are contractors in addition to roofers.
We are. So we're licensed general contractors as well, which goes a long way in the roofing world that a lot of homeowners don't realize. When you get into anything that is going to require any structural things like that, sometimes engineers have to get involved, and a lot is told to us as we tear off the roof. And if you have a roof-only license, it limits you to the things you can actually touch on that roof. You can't get into any siding. You can't get into stucco, chimney work, stuff like that are common problems that we do see on older homes as we're tearing off the roof. The disadvantage to you, the homeowner, is the contractor's going to pass that job back onto you for you to figure out, and then give you a call to come back and finish the roof when it's done. As GCs, we can figure out that problem in real time, give you a real-time solution, and not cause you any extra unneeded aggravation in the process.
Yeah, and this real-time solution is free for you. It will not cost you a penny to have them come out and see what's going on with your roof. Maybe you have more time. They'll tell you, you know what, you don't have to do anything yet. Call us in a couple years. They will say that because they're not all about getting your money. They're about fixing your roof. QR code is on the screen right now. Hit the QR code and the message will go right to Justin and Cory, and they'd be happy to call you and come out and see you anytime. Literally come to your house and see you, unlike other roofing companies. And the question often is when you get out there, Cory, it's repair versus replace. How do you make that decision?
Yeah, and not every roofing company does repair work.
Right.
Most of it's either all or nothing, right? We actually do both, but with that honest assessment comes the condition of the roof. Sometimes on a really old roof that is brittle, tons of granule loss, already damaged and to the point to where it needs more than just a repair, we consider that or deem that past the point of repairability, right? And we're going to be honest with that homeowner, and that's when we come down and we put together next steps and financing plans and all those kind of things to help them get into a new roof. Other times it's like, hey, yeah, you got plenty of life left on the roof. This is the problem area. This is a bad design on the house. Let us address this. Sometimes it's a roof to wall transition. Sometimes it's a valley. Sometimes it's a nail pop. All those things are very simple for us to take care of, and we can give you a quote right on the spot for that.
Quality people obviously is important, your quality work important, but the product and the quality of the product, super important as well, the best of the best.
Yeah, I mean, we're certified platinum contractors with Owens Corning. We've actually seen this duration roof hold up in the wake of Hurricane Ian, a Cat 5 storm that made direct landfall. And brand new duration roofs along with standing seam metal roofs seem to be the only things that weren't affected by a storm of that magnitude. So, we're not cutting corners, and Owens Corning roofing systems parallel our standard as well. And so when we say we're bringing the best to your doorstep, that's exactly what we mean, and we don't compromise that on anything. And sometimes, if we're looking at scopes and we're comparing contracts and somebody's cheaper than us, I mean, there's probably a good reason why they should be. It's not going to be apples to apples. We're going to be doing a little bit more than the next guy. We're a little bit beyond what Florida Building Code requires, and we're going to provide differentiators to show you where that value really is when you do business with us. So no, doing the best work, we offer the best workmanship warranties. We don't want to come back to your house, so we're making sure we're doing everything right the first time we're there.
So I'm sitting at home watching right now, bought my house, it was built in 97, 2000, so about 25 years or so. I'm starting to see maybe a little spot here or there in the roof or in the ceiling. When do I know it's time? When do I know it's time to call you and have you come check out what's really going on?
If you're seeing brown spots, you should have called us a few years ago. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the brown spots are, it's a little too late. You've got a leak that's made its way through the insulation, through the drywall, and it's showing itself. But as I would encourage everybody to walk their house. Don't go getting up on your roof. That's dangerous. Leave that to us to do. That's why we come out and do it. Walk your house. Look and see if you're seeing granules in your driveway or at the end of your downspouts. Look and see if you're seeing pieces of shingles in the yard, or look up on the roof if you're seeing anything lifted or just looks funky. That's a great reason to have us come out. But when you start to age out, those are things that become very, very evident. And I have clients that I literally go to their house every 6 months.
Is that right?
Like every 6 months I go out, I give them that check mark of a clean bill of health, and we move forward. I have one just recently that she's had her roof for like 15, 16 years, and she listens to us on the radio and stuff too, and she has me come out all the time, and she had a little problem, so we solved her problem with a repair, So just like we talked about, just routine maintenance is something that's very easy, and that's something we will do for free.
Who else does that? Who does that? No one does it. Roofing companies going out of business left and right, and these guys are checking in on their customers who haven't even gotten a roof yet every 6 months just to make sure it's okay. Pretty impressive. Speaks a lot about the values of Universal Roofing Contracting.
Yeah, I mean, we were founded under the intention of serving the community. And I think that's what's carried us over 31 years now of still being a healthy company that provides that. Our reputation in the community is pretty high. And we back that up, week after week, year after year, training within our offices so that all of our representatives that go out and they're forward facing to the community, they share that same sentiment. I mean, that's why we show up. That's why we follow up. That's why why we go do routine maintenance. That's why we offer a little free work here and there to make sure people can get by. It's all an act to serve, because we know if that's the way you approach business in any walk of life, it's going to come back to you the way you would like it to. And we just believe leading with your heart is the right way to do it first.
Become part of the Universal Roofing Contracting family, just like I did it in my house. They did a wonderful job. QR code right here on the screen, or call 407-205-0400. Excellent work as always. Check them out on the radio too. Good show.
Every Saturday morning, WDBO from 8 to 9 o'clock. It's called the In the House Radio Show. Justin and I have been doing it for a while. We love people to call in and contribute to that show. We're going to have you on soon.
You've been saying that for 2 years now, sir.
You've invited us to pickleball, and we haven't been able to play
you
pickleball.
You play pickleball? I'll play radio guy with you. Corey, Justin, good job. Very quick break. You have Real Estate continues. Duquesne has become such a big part of our lives. It keeps us cool at the house, of course, too. Sergio has been a big part of that. Introduced us to Duquesne through Old Ash. I'm seeing Duquesne more and more, Sergio. I feel like Duquesne has come into this market and really changed things up in some ways. It's given people an alternative. How is Duquesne really taking over here in this market?
Really well. I mean, we've been here already 7 years, but it's a very competitive market. So coming into the great Central Florida area and having a brand that provides the quality at the right price, it's been very good for us and for the consumer, having this alternative as a value brand.
Yeah, it's been a blessing for us as well. So much so that we're here now at Daytona International Speedway. Did I say it right? We're back in the pits. This is my first time in the pits, by the way.
Wow.
She was bragging the whole time here, like, oh, me and my dad went to the pits all the time. This is my first time in the pits. You're going to be racing the Duquesne car today. How do you feel? Do you feel nerves before the race or no?
Well, yes, a little bit always. I mean, it's a very intense, high adrenaline sport, and you're sitting there, and we're going to be doing the enduro, so it's an hour stint I'll be doing. So a lot of concentration, a lot of sweating in there. So but it's fast.
How hot is it in there for real when you're out there? Yeah,
it get hot, but I mean, we have a cooling system. You cannot see it, but I have it inside, and we have a cooler that puts cold water through my body. So, but it's fun.
I'm predicting a big win for you today. We're going to watch. I think the Duquesne car with Sergio is going to win this thing today.
Absolutely.
What do you think? I mean, if I was betting, I would say we're going to win. Sergio, good luck to you today, buddy.
Thank you for coming by, man.
Good luck. Stay safe, of course. Try to stay cool in there if you could. And do yourself a favor. Check out Duquesne today. Welcome back to the show. Now, if my daughters are watching right now, Sophia, Mila, I want you to immediately turn off your television sets, please. Let's be honest, probably not a television set. It's probably an iPad or something that they're watching on. But I don't want you to see this next piece of property that Elisha Lopez with Ocala Realty World is going to show us. Elisha, how are you? Good to see you. Good. So my daughters are way into horses, as you probably know, obsessed with them. And they just want to live on a farm. That's all they want. They want to live on a farm. They don't understand that maybe daddy needs to live kind of in the city. You know what I mean? They don't get that. They want a farm. They don't care about a beach house. They want a farm. That's all that they want. So that's why I'm telling them to please turn the channel right now.
I'm going to text it to them.
The sellers on this property are so amazing, by the way. Yes. They are just like the sweetest, most amazing people, but it is time for them to move on. They've taken such great care of this home, this farm, and it's priced so reasonably as well. Tell me about this one.
So it is a horse farm,
Yeah.
and it's horse ready. But it's not just all ready for horses. It's all like all your furry friends. The owners are not leaving their donkey, but they said it's ready for the donkeys too. It's under 3 acres and it has a in-ground pool with a bird cage. The home itself is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, bonus room. Like there's just so many great features.
Yeah.
But one of the, I'd say the best features, it's only 2 minutes from I-75,
Oh, wow.
which is unheard of. And to be priced at $768,800 is also unheard
That's
of in
crazy.
our area. Yeah.
Now, is it true that donkeys keep the coyotes away? Has anyone
Yeah.
ever heard that? Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't think that a coyote would be scared of a donkey, but apparently that they're the coyote police. That's what I've heard.
Yes.
This place, absolutely awesome. If you'd like to see it, you can see it this weekend. Elisha would be happy to show it to you. Call me directly here, 407-205-0400, or have a QR code on the screen right now. All you have to do is take out your phone, take a picture, aim it at the QR code, and it will get directly to Elisha, and she can show you this property today. And if not this one, there are so many other places in Ocala right now that those of you in the real central Florida area, Orlando, Winter Park, you're going to be shocked at the prices in the Ocala and Marion County area as well. The prices are still just way less than they are here.
They are. They're still about 40% less than all of Central Florida and most of the state.
Yeah, I told you I was in a trial in Marion County the other day, and I asked the jurors who has an HOA. Not one of them raised their hand, and that's how it goes in Ocala. Yes, we do have some HOAs, but it's just different. And people who are just sick and tired of the rat race here and sick and tired of dealing with their HOA, you really should look up in Ocala, look up in Marion County, because they're very few and they're not nearly as combative and really kind of bossy, if you know what I'm saying, as they are down here in Orlando. What do you think is going to happen with the market the rest of this year?
You know, even though there's more inventory on the market, it's still not enough inventory for the buyers that are out there. I mean, buyers have just been sitting on the fence for a long time. I was talking to Dallas, and rates are a lot lower. 6.5, 6.25. I mean, like, that's amazing, but I think they keep waiting because they keep hearing like, oh, they're going to drop, they're going to drop. Well, how much are they going to drop? But then they're going to have all this competition when everybody gets back in.
I mean, I think that's a very good point, and I think that maybe some of you are saying, I don't want to buy yet because the rates are too high. And as we say, as Dallas says on the show all the time, you buy the house, date the rate, or whatever. What is the saying? You date the rate. That's it. You can always refinance. So I wouldn't let the rates, especially now when you look at rates where they are, if they're at 6.5 or whatever, historically, these rates are actually fantastic. But what's going to happen, what Elisha is telling you, is that if the rates do come down significantly, all of these buyers are going to come out. And what's going to happen with the prices then and the competition, it's going to be way more difficult for you to buy a home. I wouldn't sit on the sideline at all. I think now would be a terrific time for you to buy. I love Levy County. You're the one that turned me on to Levy County. And I think that it's such an untapped market that is so good for investors as well. Really, that whole part of northern Florida. What's going on with investments up in Marion and Levy counties?
Investments are still good. I mean, obviously in Marion County it's more popular, so it's harder to find it, but they're there. And of course, being in contact with an experienced broker or agent is going to find you those deals, because the amount of buyers and sellers that come across my path daily, it's incredible. But if you don't call or you don't reach out, I won't be able to help them.
I sent you an article from Facebook because I'm old the other day. Did you see that?
Yeah,
and it was talking about how all the cities in Florida are, I guess less people are coming there, but Ocala is right at the top of the list, huh?
It is, and it's the location. You know, we're inland, so even though homeowners insurance rates are high all over Florida, Marion County is still one of the lowest. So no matter what, you're going to save, and then on your property taxes, everything's gone up, but we're still not as high as everybody else. Yeah,
and if you live anywhere in the northern Florida area and you'd like to sell your home now, you should do so with Elisha. And what will we do for you? We'll show the property right here on this program to get you some traction. Or if you're looking to invest in real estate, you feel almost maxed out here in Central Florida, I'm telling you, Levy County, Marion County, a lot of great investment potential as well. QR code is right here on the screen. Get with Elisha today. Great job as always. See you soon. Thanks to our amazing team here. Most importantly, thank you. We'll see you again next week for more You Have Real Estate.
If you're in debt and find yourself living paycheck to paycheck, visit youhavepower.com today.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.